how to make a 2-in-1 dice tower. Hi there, welcome to Good Enough Scenery, and today I'll be showing you how to make this exact tower that these goblin archers are protecting. But if you don't want to use this as a functional bit of scenery, then you just have to take the goblins off, and then you can take off this, and then chuck some dice down, and you have your dice tower. This is how to make it. So I'm going to start here with the humble Pringles can. I ate these for you, not for anyone else. So just in case we want to make two, let's make this exactly half the height. Ruler, and we want the top of this to be straight. So I'm going to put a few marks all the way around. I'm going to cut it. Have a line all the way around, and I think you could saw through this, but I'm going to try and do it with a knife because I think it'd be easier. Now I'm going to use the side that has got the bottom already. But first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clean the crumbs out. So now it needs to have a door for the dice to come out of. So I'm just going to eyeball something or other for this, but I'm just going to cut this door out. Okay, looking like a tower already. Right, to make sure the dice come out at the bottom, we need something to knock them out of the bottom. So we'll rely on gravity and angles. So I've taken our thing and I've drawn around, this is just some polystyrene foam I had from something. So I've drawn around that, and now I'm going to let's see what we think of this. I'm going to try it on the fit wise, that's about ideal. That's it, down here is going to be the front. So we need something which is going to guide the dice towards the middle. So shape that, and something to tip it out the door, which is going to be something like that. Honestly, this moves through it like this stuff isn't even there. Basically, I'm trying to create an angle in at the side like that, and then a chute for it to fall out here. So as it's being dropped and thrown in there, I don't see how it wouldn't just, things wouldn't just fall out. I'm going to go for it. It's going to be a tight squeeze, but that's what we want it to be. I think unless you're rolling an absolutely ginormous dice, like jumbo dice, I think that would work. 5 dice, 6 dice. I think we can absolutely call that a success. Next up, I'm going to sort out the top. Now this circular piece I had from doing a previous tower ruins. You won't have a bit like this left over, but I do. Haha, I win. Idiot. So I'm going to do it's going to cut this out. I'm now going to just shave off an angle all the way around this. You don't have to do this, but I wanted to do it because I'm going to be putting bricks up the side of this, and I think it would be weird for it to go from there just to being boom. So I feel like it would angle out like that. And with that in mind, I'm going to draw on some brickwork here, which is just going to consist of me drawing lines down the outside with a biro. And then you can extend this detail onto the top as well if you want to. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to sand. I'm not sure if this is architecturally how a tower would be designed. Now I'm going to take our Pringles lid. Hopefully, I'm going to sit exactly. Bingo! So a couple of things to decorate. Just gonna cut some, we're gonna need a lot of these later on with this. That's enough. I've got some lolly sticks now, salvage these from an old project. So we're gonna make them about that long. I'll have one cross piece, which the idea is that's supposed to look like a trapdoor. Or try to. So nothing more complicated than sticking these down with a glue gun. Really not overthinking this. And upside down, and now we can trim off all of these overlaps. Aluminium foil that I've just screwed up into a ball, and I'm going to be using this to add some texture to this in a minute. When you use this on XPS foam, you just roll it across, or you paint it and then dry brush it. It looks like stone. So might as well do this. What we're doing here, what I'm doing here, is I'm just going to be cutting off bricks, loads of them. Of this size. I'm going to start with, basically this is all going to be a completely random, non-planned pattern thing, apart from along here where I want to have a planned archway, so that's why I wanted these. Complicated bits done, the rest of it should be fairly straightforward. So what I want to do is I'm going to put a bead of glue down like that, stick pieces down, just whichever one I grab is the one that goes down. Just sticking down whatever comes to hand. So yeah, essentially I don't think there's anything more for you to learn by watching me doing this, so I'm just going to finish it off. I just put this piece on top to the height it's going to be, and then I've drawn a line around there. I don't know if you can see that or not. That's the line that I want to be working up to. Right, I've got it up to the height that I want. Now I'm going to take my aluminium foil and spend some time going across it like this. I'm going to stick this onto here now, put this all around this edge because it's a very tight fit. So what happens as I push it on, it will smear it down the inside and hopefully stick nicely. So I'm pushing it down to as far as it goes. Now I'm actually going to add more tiles just around this top part here, just so it looks like there's a level of support going on, coming right up to the thing, just to make it thicker. I'm just gonna do the stone pattern rolling on it. I'm gonna base coat it in black. Also going to do this using a makeup brush for quick coverage. Going to do the whole of this now, including the inside and the polystyrene as well. And this is just so it looks a bit nicer. It doesn't. I'm going to show you this quick, and then I'm going to paint the outside as well, and just making sure that I get into any gaps properly. But essentially just a black base coat of literally everything. So next time you see it, it will be black. So yes, battlements. So the way that I'm going to do these, yeah, I'm going to be 1/2 inch high. They do not have to be perfectly. So that is sand off any of this skin edge, and then we're going to roll them with the aluminium foil, and then I'm going to paint them black. Going to try and bring out some of this detail. Get a brush, get the excess paint off, perpendicular. You can see this coming up. Some of it's going to end up looking grey, some of it's going to end up looking more white, and there'll be areas that look more black. Paint is drying on this, and I'm going to glue these down. I just randomly placed them on roughly. I'm just using Superglue, a bit of Superglue. Hold it for a second or so, and then let it go. Done. Even though this is fairly heavy, I can pick it up by that bond. You can, rather than dry brushing, I have done this in a couple of places, you can take the paint off, and what you can do is you can just stipple it like this. Obviously you can do this before you glue them down, and that kind of brings out a similar effect. Added some green around here like this, painted that black there. And here's some detail if you want to add it. Some watered down PVA, about half full into there. Light green coarse grass, which I never know how to apply when you're just doing it normally. What I'm going to do with this is we're going to put it into here. I feel like I'm making a potion. Anywhere that there's a bit of a gap, so like up here, there's a bit of a gap. You can just put this on like it's moss that's growing. You get different colours of this coarse grass. You can make it follow the brick lines a bit if you want to, make it a bit that. That might be what moss does. I'm not a moss expert, it's not my job. Anyway, so that's how you can add some mossy detail to your dice tower, guard tower, or anything else that you're making.
And there we have it, your 2-in-1 guard tower / dice tower complete. Goblin archers on top, that's one option, or other type of archers are available. Or you can make it into the dice tower, as you well know now. I hope you really enjoyed this video. Please like it if you've liked it, comment with anything you've got to say about it, and subscribe to the channel for more good enough scenery. Catch you soon.